All right, everybody, good Tuesday evening. Taking a live look out over the plaza on what has been an unusual day. High of only 73, tied another record cool afternoon, as we saw that last week too. So yeah, this is going to change in a big way for tomorrow. We've got a number of changes on the way. Be looking at 2 possible rounds of strong storms. It's been a stormy, past since Sunday anyway, and we've got more on the way. So I'm going to time all that out for you. We've got back to school, we've got some heat, we've got some storms. Let's get to work. All right, so the bottom line, what you need to know right off the top, let's work through this. All right, so what you need to know. First off, overnight tonight is round number 1 and into early on Wednesday morning. So some of us will get strong storms. We're first warning you, giving you the heads up, spotlight that time, really from about midnight till 10 a.m. Chance for strong storms, so we've got the first warn there. Now, not everybody's going to get these, and I'll show you why in just a second. Wednesday afternoon, we catch a break. It dries out, and it gets really hot. So first warn for the heat index, up to 105. I mean, you go from 73 to feeling like it's crazy humid. The temperatures tomorrow are not bad. They're about normal, but the humidity will be about as high as it gets around here. And then we go into Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, there's another round. More storms and severe weather is possible yet again. I do have the Facebook stream up. If you have any questions or comments, you can shoot them to me there, and I'll take a look at them. So let's start out with timing out this first round and look at your evening. So, over the next several hours while a lot of us are enjoying our evening, no trouble. I mean, 20, 30% rain chances. After midnight, though, we'll pop that up. This is specific for Kansas City to about a 50-50 chance for some storms overnight and early before sunrise on our Wednesday. Now, I don't think it's going to be big trouble for your morning commute. 7, 8 o'clock, a lot of this should be east of the metro. If you're east of Kansas City, if you're in Missouri, farther to the east, then 7, 8, 9, 10, they could be a real mess for you. I'll show you that too coming up, but this is specific for Kansas City. So back to school, we've got KCK, we've got Shawnee Mission, we've got Olathe, we've got DeSoto, we've got Liberty, Lawrence, Gardner, Edgerton. A lot of students kick back into school on Wednesday. And I think that for most of us, if you're on the Kansas side, you're probably not going to have any trouble in the morning, but there is a chance for morning storms. I want on your radar. I don't think it's that high. We're probably going to be okay in Kansas City. And then the extra hot afternoon, 88. Again, does not sound hot, but as you're dressing your kids for tomorrow, know that it's just going to be scorching with the humidity, just rough. So here's what we have on our Aetna First Warn Cam. Gloomy day out there. Check out these temperatures. I mean, August 13, and we're at 71 at 7 o'clock. I mean, just odd. First Warn 5 Doppler, a couple little spotty showers out there, but it's all south of Kansas City, and it's awfully light. So here's the severe risk for round number 1. This is tonight through tomorrow morning. It's not a big severe risk. It's a level 1 out of 5, but we could have some high winds in some of the strongest cells. Most of us won't see severe weather, but what I'm more concerned about is heavy rain and flooding. We've had a lot of rain here lately, and this will produce a batch of just fire hose kind of rain. So let's time that. Forecast track will show it to you. Your evening's quiet. Now here's just after midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, as early as about this time. Some of our other computer forecasts don't have this getting kicked off until about 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. But as early as just after midnight tonight, we get this arcing line of showers and thunderstorms. Kansas City's kind of right on that line. And then by tomorrow, about 8 o'clock, notice it may be well east of the metro, but we're not sure of that. Some of the other days and model runs that we've looked at, some of the other computer forecasts have had that big line. It's narrow. It's a narrow line of rain, but it's really heavy rain. Could be closer to Kansas City. So that's a little bit of a question mark. Odds are right now, much of the daylight hours on Wednesday in the metro are going to be dry. But if you're in Chillicothe, you're in Marshall, you're in Bethany, you could have a mess of a commute or a back to school on your hands on Wednesday morning. So I mentioned the heavy rain, and Kansas City's kind of right on that line. All right, so we're talking a difference of 25, 50 miles, and it could be on top of us. But if you're in the Kansas side, I think you're probably okay. I don't expect heavy rain there at this point. So likely less rainy on the west side of that line. If you're on the east side of that line, pretty much Kansas City and east, watch out for that potential for heavy rain through tomorrow morning. Now we're into Wednesday afternoon, and there is a break. All right, so if the sun comes out and the clouds break, which I think they will, then we're really going to feel that heat and humidity tomorrow. So here's the heat index for Wednesday afternoon, 103, 104, 105. Because of that, we do have the heat advisory that's in effect for tomorrow afternoon. It does include Kansas City, so all the counties shaded in orange. If you're east and north of there, you get more of that rain in the morning and maybe a little bit later for you to kind of heat up. So you may not get quite to that 105 threshold for the heat advisory, but Yeah, we're thinking it's going to be a scorcher tomorrow afternoon. Again, because humidity is just off the charts. You're going to feel it. It's the air you can swim through. Now, for Kansas City, and for those of us on the Kansas side, we look to Wednesday evening for a more likely chance for strong storms. So this is by 11 p.m. So we're looking at tomorrow night after the sun goes down. Could have some strong storms roll in out of Kansas, and these may even linger into early on Thursday morning, probably before sunrise. But we're going to be looking at a probably bumpy night tomorrow night. And this is a higher risk. This is a level 2 out of 5. So some of these storms more likely to produce damaging winds and hail. There is a low tornado chance. So we're going to have to watch these, make sure that they don't want to spin, but they may want to rotate. Hi, Tina. You bet. That's why I'm here. I'm here to serve. So Tina says, thanks for keeping you guys updated, and it's my pleasure. I hope that this helps you out, helps with your plans. That's the whole goal. Not trying to hype or scare or anything like that. Just want to let you know what we see, and that's exactly what we see. So here's your hourly planner for Wednesday. For the Metro, for Kansas City, I'll put a storm chance on there through 10 o'clock just in case that line is further to the west, but most likely not. So 30%, low to mid-70s, cloudy skies, doesn't feel that bad yet. Then we get to the afternoon, rain chance goes to 0, and the sun comes out, and that 87, I mean, if you're looking at your app and thinking, 87, it won't be too hot, I think you'll be surprised. Here's a 7-day forecast for you, and I do have another first warn on Thursday. Notice that it's a chance. It's not a high chance, but Thursday morning early, we do still have a risk for some lingering strong storms. Right now, it looks like most of those are going to be done before sunrise, but that's not locked in. It kind of depends. Whenever you get these multiple rounds of storms, each one influences the next. So if there's a delay, then these may delay as well, and they may fire a little bit later. So I'm watching Thursday morning, but at this point, I think most of Thursday is going to be on the dry side. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, your weekend looks a whole lot better. All right, there's a real low chance for a shower on Saturday. Most of that's going to be north of Kansas City. In mid-80s, the humidity is going to come down some. It'll feel a lot nicer. Here, I'll get my face off and show you the full 7-day. And you can see it's kind of just steady cruising once we get into Friday and the weekend. So we'll be in better shape by then. So in the meantime, we're going to be tracking these storms as they get closer to us. And round number 1 tonight, round number 2 tomorrow night. Some of us get it tomorrow morning, and then that extra hot weather that comes in. So kind of a busy stretch for us here. This is the time where we can dial in the details. We have our high-resolution, constantly updating computer forecast. So if this is something that matters to you, tune in at 10 o'clock, and we'll have all the updates for you there. We're waiting on our next round of incoming computer forecast, and that's going to be about 8:30. About an hour from now, I'll have that for you at 10 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great night. Thank you for joining us. Take care, stay safe, and see you at 10.